UTB was my first choice. Never considered another university. I was deeply rooted, and it's very exciting to see the promise that UTB holds for students in the Valley. Growing up in Brownsville was a lot of fun. I lived in a neighborhood called Ebony Heights and went to Ebony Heights Elementary, later named Robert L. Martin Elementary. I talk about living the best of both worlds. I remember the day during the bicentennial parade that Mr. Martin, then principal of Ebony Heights, led our group in the bicentennial parade, and he picked me to hold the American flag as we marched down Elizabeth Street. I remember riding our bikes, and we thought there wasn't a street in Brownsville that we didn't know. My father was a shrimper. There were 8 kids in my family. I have 2 brothers and 5 sisters. So while he was a shrimper, shrimping provided for a family of 10. My grandfather, he's a man I always admired, and he and my father were great role models. Always looked up to them, but he always said, you know, it's education that's going to take you from where you are today and put you up in a better place. You have to take advantage of opportunities that present themselves, but you have to pull yourself up by your bootstraps. When I was in secondary school, I played in the band, and we were at every parade. I showed up for band tryouts, and I wanted to play percussion, but I guess Mr. Patterson needed a tuba player. Went to high school at Pace. I took drafting courses. Between my freshman and senior year, I participated in the ROTC, and I participated in the band. My dad would say, "You're going to go to school? You know, go to school and get a degree." And he was right. Not only did I get my degree, I met my wife there. Things began to happen for me. All my brothers and sisters went to then A&I Kingsville. They attended school there. That was never something I wanted to do. I was comfortable staying local. I specifically remember trying to carry my backpack like everybody else carried their backpack on one shoulder and trying to emulate what others were doing. And I remember also thinking, yeah, I can do this. This is an attainable goal for me. I remember being determined not to get student loans, but I would have to pay tuition. There was a place called Blazer Finance downtown Brownsville, and I would go get my loan, pay my tuition, and make installments throughout the semester and finance my education that way. There was a gentleman I worked with who said, "What are you doing? Why are you in such a hurry?" I said, "I got to go pay off my loan so I can renew it and pay my tuition for my next semester." And he says, "You must be paying an incredible amount of interest rates. Let me help you with that. Why don't I loan you the money for your tuition? And I'll always be grateful for him making an investment like that." As I was working on my undergraduate, I worked for BISD. I actually worked at the food service warehouse. I had an opportunity to work from 6:30 in the morning to 3 o'clock in the afternoon. So at 4:10, I could be sitting in a class. 4:15 was my first class, and would take classes from 4:15 till 10 o'clock at night. When I had a bachelor's, I decided to go on for a master's. Then once I had a master's, I pursued a superintendent's mid-management certificate. Many of the students like myself could not afford to go off and get the university experience. But to have a university, a campus as beautiful as UTB is a real accomplishment, and it takes visionary leadership. I'm excited for the kids that are going beyond Tandy Hall to take classes. After high school, I set out to be an architect. That was my first love, but later changed to education. So I guess I was an architect, a designer of a different form. I'm going to continue pursuing degrees, continue working on my doctorate. I hope to be in Los Fresnos a long time. Want to continue to make a difference here and seek out opportunities to broaden their horizons. When I walk away one day and be able to look back and say, we left it better than we found it. I do see a lot of myself in the high school students, some of the same needs. Some of them have those similar obstacles that they have to overcome. If we can show them the road to UTB, how to get there, I think that's all they need, just to know that it's there and it's attainable. And as big as it is today, it's just as inviting as it was for me and just as welcoming as it was for me. And I think we have a responsibility to help them see that.